So like Jordan Love, the moment that he beat the hell out of the Cowboys in that playoff game, what did the Packers do? Gave him a contract extension. You didn't have a choice because you couldn't let him get into free agency, and you did pick up his fifth-year option. So it was best to go and be smart and get it out the way because yesterday's price ain't today's price. So the New York Giants officially named Russell Sierra Wilson as the starting quarterback going into this NFL season.
And the energy, we get the best job. I was telling the guys on the field, in the practice field halfway through, man, we got the best job in the world. We get to play for the New York Giants.
What's the move, y'all? It's your boy D Smooth. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on notification. As Russell Wilson has been announced as the starting NFL quarterback for the New York Giants for the upcoming 2025 season. And I believe this is a good move for the New York Giants. Number one, he's a veteran quarterback. Number two, he's a guy that Russell Wilson can at least win you by 8 to 10 games. Now, you got an outstanding wide receiver in Malik Neighbors, who I believe will eventually be a top 5, top 7 receiver in the NFL. Easy. He has the talent. He has the work ethic. Everything. Hey, at the end of the day, he comes from my favorite college, LSU. You know how them LSU boys is with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas Jr. Himself. And you got a quarterback like Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow. The Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Hell, it was just talent everywhere. So you know what I'm saying. I believe that he's going to have an exceptional career. Then after that, who else you got on offense? They got some nice little weapons, but it's not like really it's a whole lot. So this is also a little bit of a rebuilding process on offense because Russell Wilson is just a placeholder for Jackson Dart. Basically, that's all he is. I believe Dart needs to basically sit behind Russell Wilson, let him cook for a little bit. Hopefully Russ don't burn down the damn kitchen and don't have his head all up Sierra's ass, pause, and basically just hold down the fort because I believe this Giants team is going to win about 6 to 8 games this year. This Giants team is going to be way better than what they was last year. Then you draft Abdul Carter, who was the best defensive player in the draft in my opinion, especially the best pass rusher, and you put him on the same line with Dexter Lawrence, who easily commands a double team, sometimes triple team. Then you still got Brian Burns, also on that D-line. They got another exceptional defensive line player on that team as well. I can't really think of his name. But as far as the Giants, they arguably have the best defensive line in the entire NFC. I didn't just say the NFC East because they do have the best line in the NFC East. Even though Jalen Carter does have something to say about that on Philly, but that's just one guy. And they do got some other guys on that Philly D-line. And as far as the Dallas Cowboys, it's really Micah and then a bunch of other rotational guys, except for Osi Odigizua, who's to me is one of the best D-tackle, one of the top 10 defensive tackles we got in the game of football. But as far as defensive line, the Giants got it. The Giants have a very underrated defense that nobody talks about. They can stop a team from getting in the end zone. They can stop the run. They can stop the pass a little bit now. Now, it's just far as just the offense just has to they have to bring something. They were so negative last year, it was embarrassing. You had Daniel Jones as your starting quarterback. Thanks, Indianapolis Colts. Go and take that problem. And now you got Tommy DeVito, God bless him, Jameis Winston, who, hey, that's the same dude who will throw 3 touchdowns and 3 turnovers in the same game. We seen it with the Denver Broncos last year. He was throwing the Cleveland Browns to a win, and he was throwing their ass to a loss. So say Russell Wilson gets hurt or he gets benched or whatever, for whatever reason, I believe Jameis Winston can go in, step in, win you a game or two, and then start turning the ball over, and then go sit his ass right back down. Hey, you're a man of God though, so I ain't mad at that, bro. Keep that up. But even though he's just so inconsistent on the field, it's ridiculous. And he has the talent. Jameis has always had the talent. He had the talent at Florida State. He had the talent at Tampa. He was the same guy that threw for 30 touchdowns, but then he also threw for 30 interceptions, which is insane. But at the same time, this is just a placeholder for Jackson Dart. And just basically just waiting for him basically to learn and keep learning. I don't think he should play all year. I don't. Because look what the Green Bay Packers do. You had Brett Favre, and who sat behind Brett Favre? Aaron Rodgers. Who sat behind Aaron Rodgers after years after Brett Favre left? Jordan Love. It's okay to have your quarterback just sit and just watch and just wait. At the end of the day, this ain't it, but understand at the same time, we're in a time where you can't wait. Because when you draft a quarterback, you're going to have to pay him the money. And you need to know if this is your guy. So I believe Dart is going to start next year. Do I believe he needs to start this year? No, he doesn't. But we know how the NFL is. And you're going to have to pay your quarterback top dollar, especially if he has an exceptional year. So like Jordan Love, the moment that he beat the hell out of the Cowboys in that playoff game, what did the Packers do? Gave him a contract extension. You didn't have a choice because you couldn't let him get into free agency, and you did pick up his fifth-year option. So it was best to go and be smart and get it out the way because yesterday's price ain't today's price. Get to him early, get it out the way, and let's move on. The Giants are eventually going to do it with Dart, but the problem is you got to get some weapons surrounded them. right now Malik Neighbors is really your best playmaker, your only weapon on offense. They got a decent running back. I can't remember his name. I think it was Grayson Gray or something like that. But they need to add more weapons on offense. It's just that simple. So if the Giants really want to take that next step as far as being a team next year, because I don't really see them this year. This year, like I said, I've seen them being 6 to 8 wins. This NFC East is going to be a lot more competitive this year than what it was last year. Philly may win a division, but yet again, we haven't had a back-to-back division winner in basically 20 years. So the Cowboys could win a division. The Washington Commanders could win a division. The Eagles could take a step back. They could be the number 2, maybe even the 3rd seed in the NFC East. Do I see that happening? Hell no. I still got the Eagles winning a division, going back-to-back for the first time in 20 years because they're just so talented. It doesn't make any sense. And you still got that 2,000-yard rusher, Saquon Barkley, coming back fully healthy, reloaded, ready to go. Jalen Hurts, he motivated. He put last year behind him. Even though they won a Super Bowl, he's ready to go for next year. And you still got your weapons, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. And you still got one of the best offensive line in all of football. And you still got the defense, who did lose a couple of veteran players, but they are expecting their young core guys to take that next step. And you still got the best defensive tackle in all of football, to my opinion, Jalen Carter. So I believe that the Eagles are going to be number 1 or number 2 seed in the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys, who I got making the playoffs, I believe they're going to be probably the 3rd, 2nd, or even the 1st seed team in the NFC. One of them 2 teams is going to win the division. I do see the Washington Commanders taking a step back. Number 1, you haven't even got your best receiver on the team in camp. Terry McLaurin is not there. We seen this with last year with CeeDee Lamb on my team. He wasn't in camp. Then eventually he got signed and he got into camp and they got to the season basically like he started the season week 1. But you can tell the continuity was off because he's not in camp. You're not getting those reps. Game practice reps are so important. People don't understand how important practice reps are. You can't just sign a contract and go put your ass on the field and just get to running. Because you got defenses who are literally been getting practice reps in, been watching you on film. So you try to run the same plays. You got to get your body just ready to run full speed and cutting and planting and comebacks and run curl routes and certain routes. You got to get your body ready for that. And Terry McLaurin, and plus you got to get in game shape. The only way to get in the game shape is actually playing the games. Simple. So I think the Washington Commanders are going to take a little bit of a step back. Defenses pretty much adjust and get ready for you in your 2nd year. And this is Jayden Daniels' 2nd year. I'm not hoping for a sophomore slump, but I do kind of see a sophomore slump coming. Not because of his game, mainly because defense are adjusting to how the offense is as far as what is his weaknesses and what is, because I'm pretty sure he's remind me of the type of guy where he will work on his weaknesses and he will get better. And especially in his strengths, he'll get better at that too. But we all know how defenses are and how teams are. When it's your 2nd year, we'll be ready for you. Now they did add Deebo Samuel, who he looks pretty good, like he's going to have a bounce back year. But the fact you don't have Terry McLaurin on offense, who is literally your best receiver on the team, the best playmaker on your team, I don't know what to tell you. Defense is still solid. Defense ain't a world beater. Defense is kind of like it's a damn near bend but don't break defense. I mean, we seen the Washington Commanders get behind pretty quick, pretty behind a lot. And then next thing you know, they make a comeback. They do a Hail Mary or they came back against the Eagles like they did late in the year last year. So I think the Washington Commanders are going to be a little bit of a better team just on paper. But do I think they're going to take a little bit of a step back? Yeah, I do. I see them probably winning about 8-9 wins, maybe a little bit less. And then that's going to go with the New York Giants. They're going to be about a 6 to 8 win ball club. And they got to win that because if what's the point of having Russell Sierra Wilson if this man can't even get you to 8 wins? We ain't saying get us deep in the postseason. We're just saying make us better than what we was last year. And as far as Brian Daboll, he's playing for wins. Because who knows? He may not be on the team when Dart eventually is a starting quarterback for this team. Dart could start next year. This year. Do I think he should? No. I think he should sit his ass on that sideline, watch Russ, watch Jameis, and just wait. Because hell, it's only Malik Neighbors to throw to on as far as throwing the ball to somebody on the field. Wait, let them get some playmakers up in here, and let's see what this Giants team can do. But overall, this Giants team will get better. They will be better next year. And as far as them getting swept in the division, that ain't happening. The Giants probably gonna go at least 3-3 in this division. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Leave a comment in the comment section. Did the Giants make the right move by having Russell Wilson as the starting quarterback going into next year, or should they have waited? Y'all went with Dart or Jameis Winston. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Leave it in the comment section. Y'all be smooth. I'll catch y'all on the next video.